So when I was 18, I made a decision that later on I found out was probably the best decision I've ever made. And if you're 13 to 18 to whatever the fuck, I want to help you avoid making the mistake I almost made. Um, and the way I'm going to do that is through a few stories and then kind of rant about a few things. And so I remember when I was like 4 years old, I asked my dad about what life was, and he told me about the Big Bang. And I was just like really confused because he was like, before the Big Bang, there was nothing. And I was like, shit, that's crazy. And I would just think, like, what is nothing? Like, nothing isn't even blackness. It's just nothing. There is no existence. There's no thought of existence. And I've just always been so obsessed with those things that are hard to comprehend. But beyond just that, I've questioned everything I've been told. So Big Bang, sure, whatever the fuck, I don't care. I don't 100% believe in that. I don't 100% believe in anything. I've been the type to question things, and I'm very lucky to have that, but not everybody has that instinct. And so even though I am that kind of person to question things, when I was, throughout my whole life until I was 18, until I was 19, I was planning to go to college. And so I had always done very well in school. And even though I fucking hated school, I got basically all A's. I ended high school with a 3.9 GPA. I got into all 10 colleges I applied to. And I decided to take a gap year because I had already gotten some success on YouTube, and I was like, all right, I don't want to be a gamer forever. So I was doing Geometry Dash on YouTube, and I was like, all right, I don't want to be a gamer forever. So I got to figure some shit out. Give me a gap year to figure this shit out. And if I don't figure it out, then I'm going to go to college and study physics because I don't fucking know. And because I guess I liked physics in high school. I think it's just because it was easy as fuck. And quantum physics is cool. Anyway, it was a terrifying decision because my grandparents wanted me to go to college. My mom wanted me to go to college. My dad's chill as fuck. He didn't care. And I didn't know what was possible. I had a little hint at what was possible because in high school I started this YouTube channel that eventually made me some money. And I was like, holy shit, I'm making money online. Started at $10 a day, and then I went to $50 a day, then $100 a day, then holy shit, I'm making more than my teachers, then like twice as much as my teachers. Why am I even in school? And I'm still planning to go to college for some reason to take physics. I don't want to be a physicist. I knew if I went to college, half the time I'd be making videos, trying to make money. Then when I went out of college, I would make videos about what I learned in college. And so I knew I was going to become a YouTuber either way. So when it came down to it, I was in the self-improvement YouTuber Hamza's community, Adonis School, and I got to speak with him for about 30 minutes on a group coaching call. He brought me up, was like, yo, what's your problem? And I was like, college is a thing that I feel like I have to do, but I'm already making 10K a month, and like I want to go to Paris with my girlfriend, and if I don't, then we gotta break up, and I gotta go to college, and I'm eventually gonna be a YouTuber anyway. And he helped me realize like this isn't even a hard decision. Like just do it. He told me something like, in this situation, someone's dreams have to die. It's either going to be yours or your grandparents. And do you really think your mom, after you've made like $1 million in a few years, is going to be like, oh no, I just really wish you went to college? Like, no. And so that made that decision much easier. And I eventually did not go to college. And that was the best decision I have ever made, because I've always felt so like during school, so like dreadful of the future. Because I actually should have started the video this way. Would have been a much better hook. But I'll do it another time when I actually write about it. But school feels like so dreadful because I remember every year just being like, how much longer do I have of school? And then there's 4+ years of college. It's like, I remember questioning this when I was really young. I'm not following a perfect train of thought, I'm sorry. But when I was really young, I remember just being like, it does not make any sense that I don't like what I do every day. And I'm at school like 8 fucking hours a day with these retarded kids that are retarded, and the teachers are clearly retarded, and everything seems like it's retardedly set up by retarded people, and I'm just here like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm supposed to sit through 12+ years of school so that I can pay a university $100,000 or more to to do more work that I don't want to do so that I can get an internship and do unpaid work that I don't enjoy so that I can do that for like 40 more years and make a little bit of money. And then eventually, once you're like 60 or 70 or whatever the fuck, you get to retire and live happily ever after and walk off into the sunset. And I was just like, that seems like a fucking scam. Like, I'm pretty sure you don't have to do that. But I eventually gave up. And so after I hit puberty and whatever, life started feeling pretty hopeless. And because my hormones going everywhere. I had my first girlfriend, and then she broke up with me, and then I was all depressed, and I thought like depression was cool, and I thought being suicidal was cool, so I like took on that identity. Didn't tell anyone about it, but I like took it on for myself, and I was like, yeah, I'm just so sad and mad and depressed, and I hate life. But it was also true. I truly believed nobody was happy, and everybody was eventually going to kill themselves. I 100% believed that. I thought everybody was secretly depressed because I was. I was like, people just don't talk about it. We all just do things we don't want to do. Teachers show up. They don't want to be here. Kids show up. They don't want to be here. What the fuck is even any of this? I really wanted to kill myself before going to high school, but I didn't. And eventually, I went to this like fucking summer camp or something for a week and didn't have my phone. It was just this super nice community, and we all had deep conversations. And for some reason, I realized the potential that my life had, and I didn't know what it was going to be, but I got this sense that anything was possible and that my life was going to be amazing. And before that, it just felt hopeless, which is why I wanted to die. But in 1 week, I went from suicidal to the happiest I had ever been. And from then, I had just started setting unrealistic goals and then just went after them. So, almost every kid wants to be a YouTuber. So I was like, I want to be a fucking YouTuber. I want to get rich. I want to get famous or whatever. And so I just started working towards that goal. And I didn't take it very seriously at first, but I just started making YouTube videos. And eventually I realized like some videos would get more views than others. I would watch Mr. Beast podcasts. I would study the most popular YouTubers in my niche, which was making Geometry Dash videos. And I got fucking obsessed. I've always been obsessive. I've obsessed over plenty of different things. Been a very quick learner, and so I did the same with YouTube. Figured out what worked, and I exploited the fuck out of it, basically. And so in just like 3 years, I got like 2 million subscribers. I never actually reached 2 million. I got to 1.98 million. Now I'm at 1.96 because I haven't posted, and people are like, why am I still subscribed to this dude? And that was cool, but then I got like bored of that. I moved on to different things. I found different areas of success. And through trying to do things and succeeding that I used to think were literally impossible, like making $100,000 from making YouTube videos and playing video games, making $100,000 from being like an online coach, course seller person, like all of that is possible. I can sell services, I can sell coaching, I can sell whatever I want, I can make money from YouTube AdSense, I've done brand deals. Like there's so many things I used to think were impossible that you can actually just do if you don't try to get permission from somebody else. And so, getting back to the point of the video, a very important decision you have to make is doing what feels risky, going towards the life you think is unrealistic that you actually want to live, versus going down the plan that has been expecting you, the path that has been expecting you and you have been expecting. So, don't need to get into conspiracy theories, but school was designed in a very specific way for a very specific reason. And it has, the goal of school is to train you, not to teach you, not to empower you, it's to train you. And they train you to sit down, be quiet, shut up, and follow, do what you're told to do, basically. And try to scare you about failure. You know, success in school is not failing. Success in real life is failing so much that you win. So in school, it's memorize everything so that you get 100% of the answers right on the test. And if you get one wrong, then you failed that one. In real life, it's take as many tests as possible and fail as many times as possible so that you actually learn it. You don't have to study for something if you know it, whatever the word is. If you actually know it and don't just have it memorized. So anyways, you probably either want to do something that you think is unrealistic or don't want to do something that you think you have to do. Which is like go to college, get a job, work a 9 to 5, you know, do whatever. But I just want to tell you, especially if like you're 13, like you have so much fucking time. Even if you're 18, it's harder, but you have time to make the decision. Even if you already have a job, if you're in college, you can just do an hour a day. And yes, you have an hour. You can't tell me you don't have an hour of focused work on one meaningful project that moves your life forward to where you want to be. So say, so I don't even need to get into specifics, but what you want to do is possible. There are people who have done it, or else you wouldn't want to do it, most likely. And there are steps to get there, and there's free education online. And so what you need to do is learn how to self-educate by watching videos like these. Videos that change your perspective, videos that show you how to. Like if you want to become a YouTuber, I have a channel where I teach you how to do that. And I have a free course on how to do that. And I have a free ChatGPT fucking thing on how to do that. And then I sell paid services for that as well. Because it's one of my big interests. It's one of my expertise. And so if I learn more about it, solve problems to make it easier for myself, share the solutions with other people for free and for money, depending on what they are, then I get paid for doing what I want to do, literally. And so, you know, my thing I'm going to be working on, what the fuck is this? The thing I'm going to be working on is helping people build a profitable life, basically. Making it easier. So that's by doing work for them. That's by synthesizing it, simplifying it, spelling it out, putting it into little baby steps that you can follow, taking advanced concepts and explaining them very simply so that even, you know, a 12-year-old could understand it and start making progress towards that goal. Yes, a 12-year-old can make money online. There's a, you know, 13-year-old, 15-year-old, I don't fucking know how old he is, but he's made $1 million, multi-million dollar. Bro's fucking insane. Anyways, like you can do it. You don't need permission. All you really need is internet access. Yeah, let's see. Do I have another point? Yeah, and it's not risky. Like you're not going to die by doing something other people think is unrealistic or doing something where other people are going to make fun of you. If you can be embarrassed, if you can feel like an outsider, if you can work on something with no reward for an extended period of time, if you can imagine it and figure out the steps to work towards it, then do those three things. You're fucking set, and you can literally do anything. So yeah, I wish I knew that earlier, because I was very last minute in terms of not going to college. I mean, I would have been on this path anyways if I went to college, because I know the like last decision of not going to college was like, okay, if I go to college, I know I'm gonna drop out. So why the fuck would I go? Yeah, basically it. If you like are super passionate about being a doctor or a lawyer or some shit that requires a degree, 100% go to college. That's for you. But if not, you can make your own life. And if you don't want to do those things, you don't want to go to college, you don't want to get a job, but you have no idea what you want to do, figure out what you don't want to do, and then see what's left. You got to try a bunch of shit. Yeah, biggest tip is just follow your curiosity. Every single thing is monetizable. Literally everything is a product. You look around you, doors are $1 billion industry. Closets are $1 billion industry. Headphones, camera, lighting, lamp, bed, house, TV, plant, anything you are interested in, you can make money from. So understand that. And the reason I'm talking about money is because you need it. It's an essential. Money is not evil. And you should, since you weren't taught in school, you have to figure that shit out by yourself. Hopefully, I hope in the future I can send my kids to public school and they can be taught about money and taxes and shit like that. But if that's not the case, I'm gonna have to homeschool them or create some private thing. I mean, I'll definitely have tons of shit online. Anyways, yeah, the point is to question everything, ignore stupid people, and don't be retarded, and say retarded because it's okay to say. And if you get offended easily, you're retarded. Yeah. Peace, love, positivity.